Another British national caught with cocaine in Jamaica. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A 63-year-old retiree is the latest British national caught attempting to smuggle cocaine through one of Jamaica's international airports. The narcotics police said that the British woman was caught last Friday with 2.5 kilograms of cocaine at the Norman Manley International Airport. Reports are that the retiree arrived at the airport in Kingston about 6 p.m. and was attempting to board a departing flight to the UK. And during security screening, the drug was found concealed in her luggage. The cocaine has a street value of approximately £75,000. She's the fourth British national making the news, caught bringing coke to Britain this month. The verdict in the trial of Western Jamaica businessman who reportedly had cocaine worth 850,000 US aboard a bus he was operating in March of 2022 will be announced on July 5th at the St. James Parish Court. Rohan Cummings is charged with trafficking and conspiracy to traffic 17 kilograms of cocaine. The accused man provided an unsworn statement from the prisoner's dock before trial judge Casey Grant Price on Monday. He stated that on March 7 last year, he had purchased paint and other hardware supplies from a store in Newmarket in St. Elizabeth before being intercepted by the police on the Long Hill Main Road in St. James. He maintained that he did not know about the cocaine that was allegedly discovered in the Toyota bus. The cocaine was reportedly found wrapped in 16 packages, which had been previously presented in court as evidence to support the prosecution's argument. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Corrections Reverend Orville Moore has been reported missing. The Department of Corrections said that Reverend Moore was last seen on Monday morning leaving a relative's home off Mollines Road. The DCS says Reverend Moore was scheduled to attend a meeting yesterday morning but did not turn up, and efforts to reach him have been unsuccessful. Moore, who is the Chief Rehabilitation and Probation Aftercare Officer, was recently appointed Interim Deputy Commissioner following changes in the leadership of the DCS. Meanwhile, the body of a 41-year-old policeman was found with bullet wounds outside his house at Desmond Mackenzie Close 1, commonly known as Guava Walk, Somerset in Manchester on Monday evening. He has been identified as Constable Damian Blair, and his murder has been linked to frequent domestic dispute between the lawman and his wife. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 6:25 p.m., Blair was reportedly shot inside his home by his wife. He ran from the house but collapsed at his gate, where further wounds were inflicted on him with a hammer. His wife, who barricaded herself inside the house, was found with an apparent self-inflicted wound to her wrist. She was taken to hospital by the police. One resident in the farming community said it was well known that the couple had arguments and fights quite often, which required police intervention. The 31-year-old woman remains hospitalized under police guard. Constable Blair's sister, Antonia Sutherland, said the couple had filed for divorce and had also been receiving counseling. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division, the MID, have charged a woman for the May 24 double murder of a man and a woman along Campbell Avenue in Port Antonio in Portland. She's Jody Ann Jackson, a 28-year-old bar operator and nail technician of Anchovy Land Settlement in Portland. She was charged in relation to the death of 28-year-old Shade Pink of Campbell Avenue and 23-year-old Keena James King of Johns Hall District, both in the parish. Reports from the Portland police are that about 11 p.m., both victims were among a group of persons playing dominoes when Jackson drove a Toyota Fielder motorcar to the area. One man exited and then opened gunfire at the people. When the shooting subsided, Pink, who was in an advanced state of pregnancy, and James were seen suffering from gunshot wounds. They were assisted to hospital, where they were both pronounced dead. An investigation was launched and Jackson was taken into custody. She was subsequently charged on Monday, May 29th. Police are now probing the murder of a man at a bar in Old England, Manchester on Sunday night. Police named the deceased as 45-year-old Dennis Barrett, otherwise called Bully, a painter of Broken District in Old England. A police report said at about 11 p.m., Barrett was having a drink when gunmen entered and pointed a firearm at the bartender. Barrett reportedly intervened and a tussle ensued with one of the gunmen. The police said the bartender ran from the building and then heard loud explosions. Barrett sustained multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. And statistics from the police up to April 30 show that 20 murders were recorded in Manchester when compared to 15 for the corresponding period last year. On to track and field, world champion Shericka Jackson, running in only her second 200 meters race for the season, recovered from a sluggish start to outperform the field in a meet record 21.98 seconds in capturing the event at the Rabat Diamond League. Rashid Broadbell was in immaculate form in the men's 110 meters hurdle as well, as he sped to a meet record 13.08 seconds ahead of Olympic champion Hansley Parchment in third in a season's best 13.24 seconds, with Grant Holloway second in 13.12. National 400 meters record holder Rashid McDonald was also on the podium after clocking 45.55 seconds to finish behind winner Stephen Garden of the Bahamas, who did a time of 44.70, and Vernon Norwood of the United States, who came second in 45.11. Meanwhile, having shattered his personal best in the men's 100 meters event at the USATF La Grande Prix last Saturday, Jamaica rising sprint star Akeem Blake said there is still a lot left to come from him this season. Blake got off to a poor start in the race but rallied strongly in the final 10 meters to win in 9.89 seconds. The 21-year-old Blake, who was the youngest in the field, erased his previous best time of 9.93, which he set at the national championship on June 24th of last year. Americans Cavern Carlston and Christian Coleman, who were the early leaders in the race, finished second and third respectively, both in 9.91 seconds. Blake is now the fastest Jamaican in the world this year and third fastest man in 2023 over the 100 meters, behind American Fred Curley, who has a time of 9.88, and Kenya's Amalia Ferdinand 9.84. And if you ever missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, subscribe, and keep it going. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day. I gone.